Okay, I'm starting to record right now. Sorry, y'all. I didn't realize the folder was in the way. I apologize. Okay, so a little more than a minute. Again, I want to make sure people have enough chance to get here. All right. Okay, y'all, one more minute. Here's the warm up. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute y'all. Now, keep in mind, I'm recording this, so be careful. Might have to mute y'all again if it gets like feedback. All right, y'all, good morning, everybody.
What's up?
Not much. So while y'all finishing this, a few things I want to bring to everyone's attention. Okay, I'm going to get a connection to my computer sometime today to a second monitor, because right now I got all these windows on here on the screen, so it's kind of a little challenging. But once I do that, I'll be able to open up the video so everybody can be in video, and then maybe we can do some interaction and I can call on students. I don't know, but I can't do anything right now until I get a second monitor. I just wanted to tell y'all that'll probably be on Thursday when I try to start doing that. As far as the expectations, just to make sure everyone got the memo, okay, everyone understands what's going on. On Monday and Thursday, we're going to meet at 10:30, okay? And you're going to have a warm-up and you're going to have homework. So the expectation is warm-up, homework. And so you just take a picture of the warm-up, you take a picture of your homework, and you send it to me on Gmail. Okay, you do that, you get a C. Okay, now as far as the assessments, there's going to be 2. Okay, and I'm speaking with Mr. Walker, evolving how to do this, and so this is what thinking is now. I'm going to put half of y'all in one email group and half of y'all in another email group. Okay, and then the day we have the assessment, I'm going to, like, say we do it Thursday, 10:35. I will email the test, the assessment, to the 2 groups. And then you will have 1 hour after that to take a picture and send it to me. Now, the assessment's not going to be much bigger than a quiz. So I'm going to anticipate it's only going to take you a half an hour to do. So I double that to an hour. Okay, and then that's where I'm at. Okay, as far as that goes. Now, that's not going to happen anytime this week, probably not even next week. But I just wanted to discuss with everybody what's going on and just to make sure everyone's okay. Does anybody have any? Danny and Ryan, you are correct.
Here, to say the least. We travel to Sydney.
Okay, thanks for that, y'all. Okay, and everybody good? And we're going to go over the warm-up. Okay, so what you have here is you have some data that represents the number of accidents per 1,000 people. Now, in this case, it's car accidents per 1,000 people. So we're going to organize this data. And so here's what I suggested. I suggest started at 40 and then going by 10. So we'll go ahead and stop the share. Okay. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to start at 40 and we're going to go by 10. Now, if you want to start at 40 up here and then go down, or if you want to start at 40 down here and go up, it doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to start at 40 on top. Okay. So then 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, and then 150. And then the next one would be 160. What would I put 2 for? Okay, now, if you remember the data, the largest value we had was 152. All right, so when we're down here, since 152 is in between 150 and 160, we might as well put this 160 as the second number in the last group. Okay, so the 152 would be in this group. All right, so now we got to get the last numbers for the other groups, right? So this starts at 150. Whereas
Love you.
Group above starts at 140, and it's going to go all the way up to 149. So notice that's 1 less than 150. So the same thing, this will go up to 139, 129, 119, 109, 99, 89, 79, 69, 59, and then 49. Okay, so now we got all our groups. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and put the answers down. And then we'll look at a couple things related to this. And then, okay, so what you should have gotten here would have been 1, and then 0, 1, and then 8, and then 12. Let me make that 8 a little easier to see. And then 12, 13, 4, and then 4 zeros, and then 1. Okay? Notice most of the data, most of the values are between 70 and 100, right? This is where most of them are. Now on the homework you had bar graphs. So, I just assume you knew how to do bar graphs. I didn't feel like, we need to spend 10 minutes on that. So here, if we want to make our bar graph, we got categories. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got 12. All right, so over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm just going to write the tens numbers, 40 all the way down to 150. So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, and then we'll end with 160. Okay? All right, so we got to get up to 13. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll just go by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so this goes up to 1, and then we skip, and then another 1, and we go up to 8. So I'll just put a little mark here by 8, and then make the bar. And then go up to 12, so put a little mark here by 12, and then make the bar. And then 13, put a little mark there by 13, and then make the bar. Now we're at 4, so 4 would be right about there. And then we got a whole bunch of zeros and then 1. Okay, so that would be the bar graph. Now this is also called a histogram. Okay, histogram is when the bars touch because you're representing ranges of numerical values. All right, whereas a bar graph, you could have frequency of eye color down here, which eye color not being numerical values, right? So histogram is another way to call this, okay? And notice also we got some data values that are to the far left and right of the data, all right? These are called outliers. right? Most of the data is in between 60 and 110. We got one value over here on the far left and one value way over there on the far right. So those are called outliers. And if we kind of sketch out the trend of this graph, you could do something like this. Right, so that's the overall trend. Right, so this is called a bell curve, is what that's called. Right, well, you also have to find the median. Okay, well, how do you find the median? Well, first we got to count how many numerical values there were. How many categories did we have? Okay, well, we had 13 categories, but that's not the same as the number of occupations. So we count the frequencies. 1, and then 2, and then 8, so 10. So we got 10, and then this is 25, so 35. And 4 and 1 is 5, so 35 plus 5, so n is 40. So we grouped 40 occupations into these 13 categories. All right, well, where's the median? Well, the median, we would use the n plus 1 divided by 2, right? So 40 plus 1 divided by 2, which is 20.5. So that means in between the 20th and the 21st data item. Okay, so median is probably somewhere around here. Well, how could we do that with this table? Well, we want to find the 20th and the 21st number. All right, well, let's go ahead and look at what we have here. Well, we got one number less than 50. We got two numbers less than 70. Right? And then we got 10 numbers less than 80. So this would have been the 10th number in this group. And then here we got 12 plus 10 numbers less than 90, which is 22. So the 22nd number would have been in this group, which means the 20th and 21st number would be in that group, because the 20 and 21st is in between the 10th and 22nd number. So we know the median's in this group. Okay, well, what about the actual data, though? Some of y'all already answered this question. Right, well, we can count the 20 to 21 here. So if we count from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then 21. So 20 and 21 would be the 89th and 89. So in between the two 89s. And if you counted from the bottom up, 1, 2, this would still be the 20 and 21st. So you can count from the top to the 20 and 21st, or you can count from the bottom to the 20 and 21st. You still get two 89s. Okay, so the median is 89 in between the two 89s. Okay, everybody good? Anybody want to ask anything? Okay, just waiting a couple seconds. Okay, so here's the homework. Now, just to remind y'all, when I post the Zoom links, the morning of the meeting, I will post on the same post as the Zoom links, the link for the homework and the link for the PowerPoint. All right, so usually I'm gonna do that probably around 8 or a little before 8 o'clock. And so y'all probably did this. Maybe you didn't use the stem and leaf, so notice I use the stem and leaf because it's a real quick way to get the numbers organized. So you can kind of see there were no 10s and 20s, so that's why that's 0. Whereas 20s and 30s, there's 4, that's why that's 4. So this is just a real quick way to organize the numbers, and then it's a lot easier to make the frequency table. That's really why that's helpful. Now if you look over here, I did the same thing, but the reason number 5 here is staggered, this is called a split stem. So what I did is I put all the numbers from 50 to 54 on top, and then from 55 to 59 on bottom, right? Same thing here, from 60 to 64 on top, and from 65 to 69 on bottom. So that's called a split stem, and that's how you can organize, especially when you're going by 5s. Right? It's a quick way to get the numbers, and then this is a lot easier once you do that. Okay, and then the same thing here. Now notice here, they didn't give you the categories, so you had to create them on your own, right? So maybe you just decided to go by 5, okay? Or if you wanted to be more mathematical, the largest minus the smallest. And then how many rows do we have here? We got 9, so I divided by 9. And so 4, and I just rounded up to 5. Okay? Everybody good? Okay, just wait a couple seconds. Okay, so today we're going to get what's called cumulative frequency, and I'll point out a little more specific about that in a moment. But let's look at the warm-up frequency table real quick. When we were adding these numbers, that was based upon less than or equal to. So less than or equal to 89, there were 22 numbers. Less than or equal to 79, there were 10 numbers. Less than or equal to 69, there were 2 numbers, right? Whereas this would have been 1, less than or equal to 59, and this would have been 1, less than or equal to 49. Now, if we continue that going down, less than or equal to 99, well, we got the 13 in this category, and then 22 less. So we add those and we get 35. So 35 less than or equal to 99. Here in this category, less than or equal to 109 would be 4 plus 35. Right? Less than or equal to 119, well, still 39 because there's 0 in the category. Less than or equal to 129, again, still 39 because there's 0 in that category. Less than or equal to 139, same thing. Less than or equal to 149. Okay, and then the last group, less than or equal to 160, well, that's all of the data. So that would be 40. This is called cumulative frequency. We're not just counting how many are in each category, we're counting how many are less than or equal to the upper limit of that category, right? So that's why less than or equal to 79, this is 10. Whereas in between 70 and 79, so the numbers from 70 to 79, there's 8. That's the difference between these two. Frequency, cumulative frequency. Okay? And so that's what this is. And it's just another way of organizing the data, because sometimes it's more helpful to do the data based upon less than or equal to. All right, so we're going to look at another example in a second. And right now, I'm just getting my phone set up. So cumulative frequency is based upon how many values are less than or equal to the current group. Starting from the lowest value group, you add the frequency numbers to get the cumulative frequency. Okay, so we're going to have an example how to use this. I'm going to go ahead and erase my whiteboard. Okay, anybody want to ask anything real quick? Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. We have this bar graph table. Okay, we have this frequency table is what I wanted to say, not bar graph table. We could make a bar graph of this. But if you look at these numbers, it's different, right? These have 0.9s. And the difference between this and the, oh, I already erased it, darn it. And the frequency table for the warm-up is that these are not based on integers. These are real numbers. We can have all kinds of decimal values. Whereas the warm-up, those were based upon whole numbers, integers. There were no decimals. So this means any number starting at 0 all the way to 4.99999999999. That's what that means. No one really writes the 0.9999999. It just implies it. So any number less than 5 and all the way to 0 would be in this first group. All right, so 1.23, 3.69555521, 4.19, 4.99. Those are all going to be in this group. All right, so anything from 0 all the way to, but not including 5. All right, these are called continuous intervals. Remember, discrete, countable, continuous, not countable. Okay, so these are called continuous intervals because they're based upon real numbers. They're not based upon integers. Whereas the warm-up was based upon discrete because they were all integers. All right, so here's the frequencies. Now, when we find the cumulative frequency, we're going to do the same thing that I was pointing out on the warm-up. So let me go ahead and write this on the board, and then I'll go over it. Okay, so just give me about a minute. So I'm just going to copy that on my little whiteboard. So 0 to 4.9, 9.9, 10, 14.9, and it's sloppy today, 15 to 19.9, 20 to 24.9, and then 25 to 30. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna have to mute y'all. Okay, so then we got 2, 5, 11, 15, 8, 3. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is the frequency. So I'll put the letter F there. And over here, we'll put the cumulative frequency, which we abbreviate with CF. Okay, and it's always from the lowest going up to the highest. So you don't start down here and go up. You start up here and go down. All right. So how many numbers are starting at 0 going all the way to 4.9999999? Well, there's 2. Now we could also say from 0 to less than 5. That's the same thing. All right. Well, what about numbers less than 9.9999999 or equal to? We could also say less than 10. So how many numbers are less than 10? 7. Okay. How many numbers are less than or equal to 14.999999999? We could also say how many numbers are less than 15? That might make it a little easier. Okay, so we got 11 in this group, 7 less, so 18. Notice we're just adding the frequency to the previous cumulative frequency number, right? So less than 20 or less than or equal to 19.9999999. We got 15 in this group, 18 less, add 33 numbers or less than 20. 33 numbers are less than or equal to 19.999999999, right? That's why we probably just better off saying less than 20. Okay, and then here, same thing. How many numbers are less than 25? Less than or equal to 24.999999999, right? All right, we've got 8 in this group, 30 less, 8 plus 30, 33 less, 8 plus 33 is 41. Right, so 41 numbers are less than 25, or less than or equal to 24.999999999, right? Okay, and then finally, we got 3 numbers in this group. How many numbers are less than or equal to 30, since that's not a 0.9? How many numbers are less than or equal to 30? 3 in this group, 41 less. 3 in this group, 41 less. 3 plus 41 is 44. So there's 44 numbers organized in this frequency table. Okay, anybody want to ask any questions? Now I'm muted y'all because of the feedback, and I'll unmute y'all in a moment. Okay, so now when we make a graph with cumulative frequency, we use these numbers. All right, so doing that, how many categories do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got our bar graph here, or histogram. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'm just going to write the numbers on the left, the fives. So 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and we need one more for 30. Okay, and so here I'm not going to do the y-axis. So we got 2 less than 5, 7 less than 10, 18 less than 15, 33 less than 20. Let me make that a little less. Okay. 41 less than 25. And then 44 less than, in this case, or equal to 30. So my scale's a little off, but I think you get the idea. All right, I'm gonna unmute y'all now. Again, I had to because the feedback, and I'm recording this. Okay, so everybody okay? Does anybody want to ask anything? I'm just making sure everyone gets what they need. Okay, so if everyone's good, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here in about a minute. Donnie, yes, you have homework on Monday and you have homework on Thursday. So again, Monday, 10:30, Thursday, 10:30, we have the Zoom. On the same link as the Zoom, I will post the PowerPoint, which is what I shared with y'all, and the homework. So again, on the same post as the Zoom link, Monday, Thursday. Your responsibility is to do the warm-up and the homework for each day. So we've got 2 days a week, 2 times 2, 4. 2 warm-ups, 2 homeworks every week. Take a picture, warm-up, homework, send it to me Gmail. Okay? And I'm glad you asked because, you know, make sure everyone got the memo. Does anybody else want to ask anything? Okay, I'm trying to keep these simple. You know, it's not the best medium. So the format is going to be basically one thing after the warm-up we're going to do. Because it's too hard to do too much. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'll leave it open in case y'all want to chat. So shoot me an email if you need anything, okay? I'll take it easy.